So the rand continues to weaken as markets calmed after a week of volatile trading that was driven by tension in the Middle East. Independent analyst Carmen Mpelwane joins us now for an overview of some of these latest market developments. Carmen, good morning. Let's look at the local exchange and the rand and how they are faring so far today.
Morning, Iman. As you've rightly said, we have seen the JSE open up in the green for the week. This morning it continues to go up, largely off the back, as you have said, around tensions sort of dissipating in the Middle East, specifically on the back of Iran's more calmer response to various news points last week. Adding to that, what we are looking out this week for is the US first quarter GDP numbers, and that largely to give us an indication of which way we expect the Fed to go, or how quickly we expect it to go in terms of interest rate cuts, and then also the South African PPI numbers. The last point, I think, data point that the investment world will be looking out for is the earnings season is in full swing at the moment, so definitely something to keep an eye out for as well.
So Capitec Bank, Carmen, reporting a 16% rise in full-year profit. Let's look at their results.
Yeah, so very, very strong result. They have opened up in the green, up over 5% this morning, so the market really, really likes this. The key here, I think, is definitely that the second half performance helped to assist improve in terms of what we saw in the first half. We saw net transaction and commission income up over 30%. We did see a credit impairment increase of over 37%, and in so a credit loss ratio that has increased. But this not unusual to the banking sector, and not the first bank that has come out with an increase in credit loss at the moment. However, adding on to that, management has said the focus has been on improving the quality of the loan book, and that should assist in the medium to long term in terms of that credit loss ratio. I think a key thing as well for Capitec is that they've continued to grow their customer base. They've gotten up to about 22 million, which accounts for about 36% of the South African population. So very, very good numbers, and the market is rewarding them accordingly.
All right, from the up to the down, Anglo American Platinum reporting a 7% decline in total platinum group metals production in the quarter ended March. So let's look at their numbers as well.
Yeah, so I think the key here is there is a decrease for the first quarter of about 7% for the group. It shouldn't have been that much of a surprise in my opinion. One, because they did announce in February that they're going to do some restructuring, and management have guided that the decrease in the first quarter production numbers is because of this restructuring. The restructuring included a lot of job cuts as well. Having said that, I think you need to anchor on the fact that management have also said or announced in these numbers this morning that guidance for the full year is unchanged. They expect to recover again into the second, third and fourth quarter. And more importantly, and I think always, top of the mind, is that Eskom's load shedding had no impact on this decrease in the production. Having said that, the market has punished them, and the share price is down just over 2% this morning.
So let's talk about South Africa's leading courier firm. This is RAM Hand-to-Hand Couriers. It's taken on the German multinational logistics group DHL over the termination of a contract to deliver pharmaceutical products around the country. And it's shaping up to look like a David and Goliath type of tale. Talk us through the specs of this matter.
Yeah, so an ongoing matter. RAM has been allowed to leave to appeal in its bid to recover costs of approximately 40 million. So just a small backstory. What had happened was that RAM had pumped in capex upon what they say is the awarding of a 2-year contract from DHL to distribute pharmaceuticals in South Africa. So part of that capex would include the warehousing as well as refrigeration of vehicles. 6 months into this contract, the contract was cancelled. So the onus was on RAM to prove that this contract, number one, was in place for 2 years and that it was an exclusive contract. Initially, they weren't able to prove that, and hence they lost their first court bid. So now the latest headlines have been that they've been given leave to appeal. As you've mentioned, a bit of a he said, she said. So let's see what happens in the courts.
Definitely watch the space. Carmen, thank you very much for talking to us this morning. Appreciate your time.